If you're watching this right now, it means your presence has been requested by something far greater than coincidence. This isn't a scroll stopper, it's a spiritual interception. You didn't click by accident. You were called in because something around you is being exposed. You've been feeling it, haven't you? That invisible pressure, the strange shifts, the hidden enemies growing loud behind your back, the fake ones scrambling to cover up what they once whispered. See, when you're chosen, your energy alone becomes a threat. You walk into a room and their mask starts slipping. You breathe and it feels like a punch to their ego. They tried to shut doors on you. Now they can't even walk through the ones wide open for themselves. They plotted against you thinking you'd break, but you upgraded in silence. And the most haunting thing for them, you didn't just survive, you elevated. You glowed up in ways their manipulation could never predict. They can't figure out how you're still standing. That's because your power doesn't come from people. It comes from the purpose etched into your being since day one. And every time they send chaos your way, it only ends up tripping them. The same traps they laid for you, they're falling into them now, face first. Because you, chosen one, carry a frequency that burns through lies, breaks through illusions, and reveals every masked hand working behind the scenes. You haunt them not with your words, but with your existence. Because no matter what they throw, you keep rising. If you're still with me, like this video and subscribe to this channel, because this isn't just content. It's a coded message for those who were never meant to blend in. And you're not just chosen. You're the storm that ends the cycle. Before moving ahead, I want to pause and sincerely thank those of you who have supported this mission through Super Thanks. Your offering isn't just generosity, it's spiritual agreement. It's a silent yet powerful declaration that you see the war in the unseen, and you choose to stand in truth, light, and purpose, no matter who plots in secret. You're not just helping this message travel, you're fueling a movement of awakening, and because of you, more chosen ones are rising from the shadows with clarity and strength. So if this message resonates with your spirit, if you feel that deep inner pull confirming your path, comment 999 below. Not to be seen, but to be sealed. It's your quiet affirmation that you recognize the battle, but you're already aligned with the victory. Number 1. Stop treating this like a normal video. It's a divine wake-up call sent straight to your spirit. That tension you've been feeling in your chest lately, the one that hits even when your life looks calm on the surface, it's not random. That low-key unease, the emotional friction, the way certain people suddenly feel out of sync. It's your internal compass screaming that a shift is underway. You're not crazy. You're not imagining it. You're tuned in. You're tapped into something most people around you can't even name yet. That's what it means to be chosen. You don't just see what's happening, you feel it before it arrives. This isn't a breakdown. This is the breakthrough frequency. The atmosphere around you is being rerouted. Destinies are being rearranged. Energy is getting realigned. And while most people are busy numbing out, you're being awakened, not by chance, but by divine design. That's why distractions feel louder. That's why you've been under pressure. That's why your clarity was under attack. Because something inside of you is rising. And those who can't recognize it, they'll call it a phase. But you know better. You're being activated. This reset isn't a soft shift. It's a full spiritual upheaval. And it's not just collective, it's personal. It's about your decisions, your energy, your soul. You're not being asked to be perfect. You're being called to be aligned. This is the season where hiding won't work anymore. Your energy is too loud. Your presence is too disruptive to stay quiet. You can't blend in because you were never designed to. And that resistance you've been facing, that's not a curse. It's confirmation. You've been selected to carry clarity in a time of chaos. You've been built to lead, not follow. And whether you know it or not, Every private battle you've faced lately has been training. They thought it was just you going through stuff. But in reality, you've been sharpening in silence, strengthening in the shadows. And now the call is getting louder, so this isn't the time to check out emotionally or spiritually. This is not the time to play small, second-guess your intuition or lower your voice to fit in. This is the time to stand all the way up. To protect your mind like it's your mission. To guard your spirit like it's sacred. Because it is. Chosen one, if you've been waiting for a sign, this is the sign. Not the subtle kind. Not the blink and you miss it kind. This is the confirmation that the shift is real and you're in the middle of it. Some will fumble it, others will fake it. But you're going to own it. So take this moment seriously. Do something symbolic, something bold. Comment 999 below. Let it be your signal to the universe that you're not sleeping on your calling, you're wide awake and you're ready. Number 2. Quit ignoring the restlessness. It's a spiritual alarm screaming for your attention. That restless feeling in your chest. The one that hits in quiet moments or loud rooms. It's not anxiety. It's not overthinking. It's a spiritual alarm going off inside of you. And chosen one, ignoring it won't make it stop. You weren't built to sleep through shifts. You were built to feel them before they happen. That unease isn't random. It's precision. It's pressure with a purpose. The reason certain conversations drain you now, why familiar environments feel foreign, why you can't sit in places that once felt comfortable, is because your energy has outgrown your surroundings. You've shifted, but they haven't. And every time you try to force yourself back into what no longer fits, the alarm gets louder. That's not dysfunction, it's divine disruption. You've been trying to explain it to others, hoping someone would understand, but they can't. They're not wired to feel what you feel. They're not assigned to hear what your spirit picks up on. And that's what makes you chosen. You're not blind to the shift, you're sensitive to it. So stop brushing it off. Stop calling it just a mood. This is your moment to respond, not retreat. That restlessness is trying to reroute you before you end up stuck. Don't silence what's trying to save you. The inner alarm is blaring for a reason. Chosen one, listen close. Your discomfort is a message, and the longer you ignore it, the louder life will scream. So lean in. Trust the signal. You're not being shaken for no reason. You're being shifted for a greater one. Number 3. Don't sleep through the reset. If you're not aligned, you'll be left behind. Don't get too comfortable just because life seems stable right now. That's the trick. That's how the reset sweeps in. Quiet, disguised as routine, and before most people even realize it, the wave has already passed, and they're still standing in the same spot, stuck in the same patterns, clinging to the same distractions. Chosen one, this is your wake-up call. If you're not aligned, you will be left behind. Not by people, but by purpose. This reset doesn't come with a countdown. It doesn't send reminders. It moves with or without your readiness. And while the world is out here laughing, scrolling, and sleeping on their spiritual development, you're being pulled in deeper. Because your calling doesn't wait for convenience. You're not being pushed to evolve out of pressure. You're being summoned because your timeline is sacred. This isn't fear, it's fact. Those who ignore the internal nudge, the whisper that says move, will look back and realize they slept through their own transformation. But you're not built to miss this. You've been prepared too long in silence for this moment to pass you by. Chosen one, stop stalling, stop shrinking, stop snoozing the call. The shift is already here, and only the aligned will rise with it. Number 4. Stop confusing isolation with rejection. Your hidden season was heaven's training ground. They didn't walk away because you were weak. They disappeared because your presence started revealing too much. Chosen one, stop confusing isolation with rejection. You weren't abandoned, you were strategically separated. That season where no one checked on you, no one called, and even your own reflection felt foreign. That wasn't punishment, that was preparation. You were being pulled back, not pushed out. See, when a storm is coming, nature sends its strongest to shelter, not to the stage. And that's exactly what happened to you. While others were busy collecting followers and attention, you were being trained in silence. Your wisdom was being sharpened in private battles. Your strength was being built in the dark, far from validation. Because when you're chosen, public exposure is delayed until private mastery is complete. Your hidden season wasn't a pause, it was a forge. And now, the very silence that once haunted you has become the reason you hear so clearly. The rejection wasn't the curse, it was the cover. You had to be pulled away from certain energies so you wouldn't be infected by their delusion. And now that you've survived the loneliness, you carry a strength they'll never understand. So don't resent that season. Honor it. You weren't being overlooked. You were being overprepared. You weren't being silenced. You were being solidified. The next time you feel alone, remember this. The higher the calling, the deeper the solitude. Because only in isolation can the chosen become unstoppable. Comment 999 if you know now that season didn't break you, it built you. Number 5. Don't just watch. Prophesy with action before the window of activation closes. Chosen one, this is not the time to sit on the sidelines, nodding quietly at truth while doing nothing with it. You weren't called to be a spectator in your own shift. Watching won't save you. Admiring the message without moving in it will leave you behind. There's a reason you feel stirred right now. It's because your spirit knows the window is closing. This moment is more than a message. It's a mirror, and it's showing you who you are and what must be done before it's too late. Energy moves in patterns, and right now the pattern is forming around you. A path is opening. But here's the catch. It won't stay open forever. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. If you keep waiting for conditions to be perfect, you'll miss the door entirely. You'll blink, and what felt aligned will feel distant. What felt easy to access will suddenly require force. That's how divine windows work. They open with invitation, but close with consequence. You weren't chosen just to hear the signal. You were chosen to respond to it, boldly, publicly, prophetically. So do something that marks this shift. Speak, move, declare, align. Comment 999 below, not for trend, but as your activation code. A chosen one doesn't wait for change, they trigger it. Number 6. Stop delaying obedience. This is the final call before the storm hits full force. They always think they have more time to play, more time to stall, more time to get it together when they feel like it. But you, chosen one, don't have the luxury of delay, not anymore. This isn't just another season passing. This is the final call. The sirens are sounding, and if you're still waiting for a clearer sign, you're going to miss what's already unfolding around you. This moment demands action. The spiritual atmosphere is shifting fast, and hesitation is a luxury you cannot afford. Every second you stay still, the storm gains speed. And this storm, it doesn't wait for indecision. It doesn't care about comfort. It exposes the unready. It topples the unrooted. And if you think you can ignore the pull in your gut and still coast through untouched, you're mistaken. The truth? You've already been told. You've already felt it. You know what's being asked of you. The only thing left is to move, because obedience isn't about perfection, it's about positioning. When the storm hits full force, and it won't be about who looks ready. It'll be about who is aligned. So stop pretending the warning signs aren't real. Stop thinking your timing is better than the one already written. You were chosen for this hour, not to wait, not to wonder, but to act. If you're still breathing, then the window hasn't fully closed, but it's narrowing fast. You're not too late, but you're dangerously close if you keep playing with delay. Get in position, stand in truth, and stop treating your purpose like it can be postponed. The storm isn't coming, it's here, and only the prepared will rise through it. Number 7. Don't dismiss preparation. Every giant moved in silence before the earth heard their name. They only see your silence. They don't see the fire building underneath. They assume your quiet is weakness. They assume your pause means you've given up. But what they don't realize is that every giant, every single one, moved in silence before their name shook the earth. That's how power works. It doesn't announce itself. It prepares. Chosen one, this season of your life is not a delay, it's design. The stillness you're sitting in, it's strategy. The long nights of isolation, the quiet inner battles, the constant pruning, it's all been necessary. Because when you carry weight, your foundation has to be deep. You're not being overlooked. You're being hidden for the right moment, because premature exposure can destroy what isn't fully rooted. The world rewards noise, but elevation comes from discipline. And discipline is loud in the spirit, even when you're silent in the world. While others are chasing clout, you're being called into consecration. And that's why you don't move like them. You don't speak like them. You don't fight for attention, because you're not built for trends. You're built for impact. You weren't born to impress. You were born to shift. So when you feel forgotten, remember this. Seeds grow in silence. Weapons sharpen in solitude. And storms are only quiet right before they break. Don't dismiss preparation. What you're doing in private is already echoing in places your feet haven't touched yet. Keep building, keep listening, stay ready, because when the time comes, your emergence won't need an announcement. The world will feel it. Number 8. Stop trying to blend in. You're chosen to disrupt, lead, and shift spiritual atmospheres. They tried to train you to shrink, didn't they? To dim your light, dilute your voice, soften your steps so you wouldn't make waves. But the truth is, you were never made to blend in. You were built to interrupt systems, not adjust to them. You were wired to carry a vibration that unsettles the fake, the phony, and the spiritually asleep. And every time you try to play it safe, your spirit revolts. That restlessness you feel when you water yourself down, that's your soul rejecting invisibility. You weren't chosen to conform. You were chosen to disrupt, to walk into spaces and shift the atmosphere with your energy alone. You're the reason conversations go quiet when you enter the room. It's not because you're intimidating, it's because you carry truth. And truth makes masks uncomfortable. They can't decode you, can't box you in. And that confuses people who only feel powerful around the easily controlled. But here's what you need to hear right now. The world doesn't need another version of what it already has. It needs you. Unapologetically bold, unshaken by opinions, unfiltered in purpose. You are here to lead, not to be liked. You are here to expose, not to entertain. You are here to awaken, even if it makes others uncomfortable. So stop trying to blend in. The moment you do, you betray the assignment on your life. Let them talk, let them stare, let them question. But you keep rising, keep moving, keep being the shift you were born to initiate. Chosen one, your difference is not your weakness, it's your weapon. Wield it without fear. Number 9. Quit thinking the shift is for everyone equally. For the chosen, it's an invitation to rise. Not everyone feels the shift the same way, and that's exactly the point. The energy that's shaking systems, exposing lies and cracking false foundations isn't just here to cause chaos. It's here to separate. While the world scrambles for answers, the chosen ones are being summoned. You're not watching the storm. You are the one it was sent to reveal. So quit thinking this transformation is for everyone equally. It's not. This is not a group invitation. It's a private calling with your name sealed on it. Others may treat this season like background noise, but for you, it's a siren, a spiritual pull dragging you out of comfort and into clarity. That uneasy pressure you've been feeling lately, that's not confusion, that's confirmation. While others scroll past the signs, you sense them deep in your core. That's why you can't move like everyone else, can't think like them, can't waste your time in circles you've outgrown. Because this isn't a general alert, it's a targeted awakening, and it won't let up until you step into who you were born to be. For some, the shift will feel like collapse, but for you, it's elevation disguised as exposure. While others lose footing, you're finding your wings. Not because you're better, but because you're ready. You've been in training, you've been refined, you've been chosen. Number 10. Don't play with your power. Unprotected gifts become open doors for spiritual attacks. Chosen one, your power isn't casual, it's costly. The gift you carry didn't come from a place of comfort. It was carved out in the trenches, molded through pain and polished through pressure. That energy you walk with, that intuition that hits before anything even happens, that presence that shifts rooms, it's not random, it's rare. And because it's rare, it's a target. You can't afford to treat your gift like it's common. The moment you leave it exposed, unprotected, undisciplined, unguarded, it becomes a playground for attack. Not just from people, but from energy that senses your potential and is threatened by it. The distractions aren't random. The confusion isn't accidental. It's designed to pull you away from your zone, to drain your clarity, to water down your power until it becomes unrecognizable. You're not just being watched, you're being studied. Every time you doubt yourself, every time you lower your frequency to match chaos, every time you give access to those who've already shown you they can't be trusted, you leave your door wide open. And don't be surprised when spiritual backlash follows, because the enemy doesn't fear your light. He fears your discipline with that light. This is the time to close the leaks, to get clear, to shut the access points, to protect your peace like it's sacred ground, because it is. Don't just carry your gift, cover it, guard it. Move in silence when necessary. Disappear to recharge if needed. You are not here to impress, you're here to impact, and real impact requires real protection. Remember this, power without protection invites destruction. Guard your gate, chosen one, or watch the very thing you were called to change start turning against you. Number 11. Stop running from the fire. This pressure isn't punishment, it's your promotion. Stop running from the fire. This pressure you're under isn't here to break you, it's here to build you. It's not punishment. It's promotion in disguise. Chosen one, if everything around you feels like it's tightening, if it feels like the heat just won't let up, understand this. You're in the middle of a sacred refining process. The fire didn't show up to destroy you. It showed up to burn off what you no longer need. That anxiety, that confusion, that tension in your chest. It's the weight of your old self trying to hold on while your higher self is pushing through. See, most people run when things get uncomfortable, but you're wired differently. You're not here to avoid the fire. You were built to stand inside it and come out glowing. You were made to turn pain into wisdom, pressure into power. So when you feel like everything is collapsing, zoom out. What's falling apart is the illusion. What's rising is you. Every chosen one has a fire moment, that chapter where nothing makes sense and the silence feels brutal. But that's also the same chapter where your wings start to form. This fire is shaping your resilience, sharpening your discernment, and sealing your authority. You're not breaking down, you're being reborn. So stop praying the fire away. Step into it with courage. Trust that this heat is proof you're on the edge of transformation. Chosen one, don't run, rise. Number 12. Don't choose comfort over calling. Consecration is the only way you'll survive this wave. They'll tell you to relax, to not take things so seriously, to chill out and just go with the flow. But chosen one, you already know, you were never meant to flow with the crowd. You weren't built to blend in, you were designed to break patterns. And in a time like this, when the pressure's rising and illusions are crumbling, choosing comfort over your calling is the fastest way to get swallowed by the very storm you were meant to lead through. This isn't a season for half-stepping. This isn't the time to play lukewarm with your purpose. You've already seen what happens when people chase ease instead of elevation. They lose themselves in distractions. They drown in convenience. But you were called to consecrate, to separate yourself, to walk like your energy carries weight, because it does. See, consecration isn't about being perfect, it's about being positioned. It means you guard your spirit like a fortress. You set boundaries that shake people. You choose silence over drama. You choose growth over comfort. And that choice, it's what keeps you standing while others fall apart. Every time you choose alignment over attention, clarity over comfort, purpose over popularity, you survive another wave the enemy sent to drown you. And the ones watching from the sidelines, they feel it. They see the glow they can't dim. That's why the attacks haven't stopped, but neither have you. Chosen one, this wave that's coming is not soft. It's a full force reset. And only the consecrated, those spiritually locked in, will rise when it hits. So check your posture, check your habits, and ask yourself one thing: are you aligned or just existing? And before we close this moment, let this truth settle in your spirit. Comfort never built warriors. If you've been feeling that inner pull, that urgency to shift, it's not anxiety. It's alignment calling you home. This isn't about fear, it's about focus. And if you're still here, it means you're ready to rise, not run. If this message spoke to your spirit, take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Stay connected, because this isn't just content, it's your preparation room. And you, chosen one, were never meant to blend in. You were born to stand out.